Alright, Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Rakah Haradash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS and sincere Shalom to the brothers out here pushing the truth and sincerity. Stalking. And I pretty much want to get into this topic about what one of the brothers sent, just a quick video, where it says Iran says it's completely ready for war after U.S. military confirms it shot down American drone. And if Iran is saying this, you can imagine all the other countries is already saying this as well. Because hell, America done conquered all these, well, basically conquered all these lands, and now everybody else is saying it's time for us to conquer you. Basically destroy you. And this is what Esau gets, because this is all his work that's backfiring. Of course, through the spirit, spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because this is the sign showing that this is close to the end, and it's been pretty much close to the end. But we're seeing more and more signs with it. This is why we keep talking about how wars are going to keep happening. Well, it's like the wars are going to keep popping up. As a sign, as a rumor, because all these countries are pretty much tired of Babylon. Not people are too blind to see it. A lot of people keep thinking that we got all these allies with Babylon, and that we're going to kick other countries' asses. It doesn't work that way, because Babylon's been pissing off all these other so-called allies, and now they turning against Babylon. And that's the beautiful thing about this, is because we out there telling these people what's to come, and they didn't want to hear it. Now that it's coming, well, who knows? They might try to come, or they just might be in paranoid state and try to deny it. Whatever comes first. And it says here, Matthew 24:6, it says, "And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars." Now, the news on TV might post a little bit of it just to give people an idea, but they'll try to smooth it out, saying that everything will be fine. They won't tell the whole details. But these rumors of wars are actually coming about now that the news ain't telling it. You got other people telling it. You got people around the world telling there's going to be nothing but wars coming. And this is what it says, that that you should hear wars and rumors of wars, and that's what we're hearing right now. This thing I just read was that rumor of war. We're about to hear that war is ready, because like I said, Iran says it's completely ready for war. War for who? Ready for war against Babylon, against America. And that's the great thing to hear, because now you have Russia never even liked America, so they was already ready to get going for the war. You're gonna have China soon against Babylon. You're gonna have you're gonna have pretty much everybody against Babylon, because this is the most wicked, polluted place on the face of the earth. What do you do with that pollution that's starting to spread like a cancer or a virus everywhere? You gotta cut the main source and burn everything with it, so nobody else gets affected with that. And what is the biggest part that's being affected right now? The entire earth as it is, because not only are we affected with all the poisonings and shit Esau does, but the earth is suffering behind it. When you got to go into the earth all the time, chop down trees left and right, building cities, nothing but smoke in the air, chemtrails in the air, all sorts of shit. The earth is suffering worse than we are behind that. That's why you get all these natural, or should I say, unnatural disasters at this point, because a lot of this ain't even supposed to happen. So like, it is supposed to happen, but it's not specifically supposed to happen like that, if it makes sense, because it was ordained to happen. But in far as we know, that here in Baltimore we don't get earthquakes like that. How we don't even get to tornadoes or tsunamis. But hey, we got an earthquake. We just had a tornado hit close to Baltimore. So these things that don't happen are actually happening, and that's from the earth suffering. But this is the fruit Esau wanted to put in, and now it's being put right back on him. All the stress and trouble he's caused with the earth and all these other lands is going to be right back on him. And I'm gonna get another scripture, which is Revelation 18:6. It says, "Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double to her double according to her works." And that's plain and simple right there. We're gonna, of course, we know that scriptures for us that we're gonna repay Esau for the shit he's done. But hell, even everything around what's going on right now is going to be put back on Esau. It's being put back on it right now. These Esau conquered these lands through rape, rob, and murder. Well, shit, these other lands going to do double worse to him, and it's going to be even worse when we get our hands on them. It's when the Lord comes back. It's going to be even worse what these other lands can do to him. So everything's going to be thrown back at Esau twofold, and that's just a number. It could be triple than that, 10 times, 20 times, 30 times. Who knows? So Esau's gonna get payback for the shit he's done, and it's just and rightfully so, because he's got to pay for all this shit, that all this wreckage and how even in this society he can't even keep up on the streets. He put basically band-aids over them. The streets crumble in. He'll put tar over it, some weak ass tar, and it'll just crack again within what, the next month or two. So even Esau's infrastructure is not standing, and this is what we are hoping for, because when all these countries are ready to march into Babylon, it's gonna be a mess. You're gonna be seeing bodies left and right. You're going to see the people just going mad. They can't protect themselves here anyways. This place needs to be destroyed. So I'm gonna get this last scripture right here, and it says, this is Revelations 11:8, and that dead body shall lie in the streets of the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, and that's what we say this place is. When you look at all the things each uh, Sodom and Gomorrah, Egypt does, it does the same thing here. The Babylon imitates everything from every other country, including back into Sodom and Gomorrah, and so on and so forth. So this ain't no surprise to see what's going to happen. Like every great empire rises, it falls, and this is what the one of the greatest, probably the greatest empire in wickedness to ever rise, and it's going to be the greatest fall ever. And like it says, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the dead of the street of the great city. Babylon is a great huge city, so you can imagine the killings that's going to be going on. Bodies left and right. Babylon ain't going to be able to protect itself at this point, especially when Yahweh Shah comes back to deliver us. That was never a such thing as protection when the Lord comes back. So that was pretty much it on my point. I just wanted to bring that little bit out because we see that Esau is crumbling right before us, slowly but surely. Actually, believe it or not, it's actually pretty quicker than I thought. I mean, as far as speaking in my time, as far as being on this earth, I'm only hell in my 20s, and I'm already back when I was a kid. You didn't hear much of anything about Esau, anything bad. They was living pretty wealthy at that time. Now we're in 2019, 20 and we seeing all sorts of shit. We see Elamites on the streets. We see Edomites on the streets begging. I during the past I would say going back to 2 years ago, maybe even three, you saw Jake out on the street begging all the time. Now seeing Edomites on the street begging all the time. So that's a believe it or not, a big turn of event within 3 years. For that to just randomly happen out of nowhere. And that's because that was the spirit of the Lord saying that it's time for these Edomites to start feeling that hurt. So that was pretty much on my point. So with that, Shalom, death to Babylon, and may Esau, and Esau will get paid back for the shit he's done. Shalom.